What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in, for listening to my bullshit. I don't know why you listen to my bullshit, but you know what? I can't complain. I'm pretty happy that some people out there actually want to listen to my bullshit. So, in this video, we're gonna discuss who is Saeed Mobayed. Mobayed. My name in Arabic is Saeed Mobayed. So it's quite different than in English. Saeed Mobayed versus Saeed Mobayed, right? It's a difference. But in any case, who is this Saeed? Who is this Saeed character? And that's exactly what Saeed is. Saeed is a character. It's a video game character. We're playing a game. This is a game. Our ego is our character. So here's what I think really Saeed is. I think Saeed is a vessel. I think Saeed is a vehicle. I think Saeed is a tool for the consciousness, the awareness, the all, the mind, the universe, God, to experience itself through. That's what I think Saeed is. God experiencing itself through a vehicle that it created. You see, it's really bizarre. It's like a paradox, right? Now, I think this is a video game. I look at life, I'm legit look at it as a video game. In my thinking now, I think of life as a video game. And if I'm trying to level up in certain aspect of the game, I look at it as, okay, it's a game. I wanna improve in it. How can I improve in it? I think of it, we're all characters. All our ego structure is a character. So let's take a look at Saeed right now, right? Let's give you a little bit of his identifications. The character's identification. First identification is the name. It's given a name. Saeed Mobayed, his last name. Saeed was given at birth. So this baby that popped out of a vagina, right? Came in and has no name, has no culture, has no religion, nothing really. Just a baby's crying, right? Just wants to survive in this weird place that it finds itself in. So let's look at me as a baby, right? This is baby Saeed. But really, it doesn't have a name. So this is a baby. Parents decide, all right, we're going to give him the name Saeed. All right, so now he's got that name Saeed. Oh, let's take a look. Oh, he's got a penis. He's got a little thing. And it looks like a penis, right? Okay, so that's a male, right? So let's write it down in his passport and in the official, male, M, right? Male. So then, Saeed's a male. His name is Saeed, right? And let's give him a language. We speak Arabic, and our culture is from Syria. All right, so he's Syrian now. He's Arabic and he's Syrian. And let's give him a religion. All right, so let's Muslim. He's Muslim. Saeed's Muslim, right? So Saeed's Muslim. He's Syrian. He's Arabic. His name is Saeed, and he's a male. So the identifications get passed on, and this becomes Saeed, right? Now, here's the problem. What if Saeed doesn't like fucking Saeed? Which Saeed didn't like Saeed for the longest time, because he didn't like the identifications that people identified. He was okay with the male thing. He was okay with the name even. I like the name. But there's some things he's not confident. He doesn't like being Muslim. Why do I have to be, why am I identified as a Muslim? Why am I identified as this? Why am I identified as a coward? Because I grew up thinking, I'm a bit of a coward, and why am I identifying myself as someone with low self-esteem? So then I start to not like some of these identifications. And then this consciousness in me decides, okay, time for Saeed to change. Right, Saeed's gonna be this confident person, right? Saeed is gonna be not gonna have a religious affiliation anymore. He's not gonna say I'm a Muslim or I'm this. He's not gonna identify himself as Syrian. He'll tell people that for the convenience of it, but he knows he's not Syrian. He happens to be born in a culture like that. but that doesn't identify him. All right, let's re-identify Saeed again. But then we give him a new identity, right? So I give myself a new identity now. Okay, I'm this guy, right? He's creates videos, makes YouTube videos, confident guy, and you know, he's doesn't really follow a culture, which is a kind of an identity on its own. Doesn't really follow a religion, just follows, you know, whatever, right? A psychonaut, right? I give myself this identification of a psychonaut. Psychonaut is someone who likes to experiment with a psychedelic state of mind. A psychonaut, okay, so I give myself new identities. But here's the thing. Now, look. This is very important. If Saeed is able to change Saeed's identification constantly, then who the fuck is Saeed? Then Saeed's always changing, right? Saeed used to be someone who is shy and has low self-esteem and thinks he's a piece of shit. And now Saeed thinks something else. Saeed used to, you know, view himself as this and that. Used to be view himself as a university student, as an engineer. Now he views himself as a YouTuber. Perhaps 10 years from now, who the fuck knows? He'll be wiping asses and he'll be Saeed the ass wiper. So then, okay, hold on. The identification is always changing, right? This Saeed thing is always changing. It's always changing and always will change. That's the way it is. It's always changing. The body's gonna die. It's gonna dissolve. So then Saeed is just an impermanent creation, an impermanent character in the game of life. That's really what Saeed is. It's just an impermanent, ever-changing character. That's the truth of it. I'm always changing. You're always changing. You might not know it, but you're right now you changed. Just by listening to 7 minutes of bullshit, of my bullshit, you've changed. So it came into your brain. My words, as weird and as whatever as they may seem to be, they've flocked into your brain. Something, even on a very subtle subconscious level, change you. You're not the same anymore. Okay? I'm not the same anymore as when I started making the video 7 minutes ago, because now I'm starting to come up with these weird ways of looking at the world that is coming into my attention, my awareness, because I'm making the video. So we're always changing. So Saeed is always changing, right? Now, that's good. That's first of all, that's like, oh fuck, you know, like you're like, oh fuck, I'm always changing. Who the fuck am I? Okay, you're an awareness experiencing itself through Saeed, through this character. And so I realize if I'm this awareness, if I'm this eternal thing experiencing, having a temporary experience of Saeed, and if Saeed is so changeable and can be changed, why not change Saeed to the way I feel right now I want to experience? You see? Meaning, if I choose to experience life in a confident way, I'm like, you know what, man, I'm fucking sick and tired of experiencing life as someone who's got low self-esteem, doesn't speak up, you know, doesn't believe in himself. All right, I'm sick and tired of having the experience of the universe in that dimension, in that vibration. Let me change the Saeed guy that I'm experiencing myself through. Make him confident, make him speak up, make him be transparent, be himself. And let me see how it is like to experience the universe through that vibration. Beautiful, you change it. All right, so then, you know, you look at other things you want to experience in this universe, and you look at Saeed, the character you're in. Saeed is just a representation of the character you're in. I'm trying to give you, you know, a perspective on your own existence here, okay? So, all right, so Saeed is, all right, man, we need to make more money here. You know, I've experienced this, you know, I wasn't making money, blah, blah. All right, I want to experience now the part of the universe where I'm living in financial wealth, in financial abundance. All right, let's change your mind now. Saeed, you're now living in financial abundance. You see, boom, you change Saeed into something an experience that you would like more of in this universe. Because Saeed is just a tool for me. It's just a tool for this thing to experience itself through. And so we use this ego structure, we use this ego, we use this character that we're in to sort of experience something that we want to experience in this universe, right? So, giving as an example, like a lot of you guys have told me that I remind you of Tony Montana from Scarface, right? Antonio Montana. And sometimes the way I speak, sometimes just the way I deliver, and some of the things that I say. And you know what? Yeah, I fucking watched that movie 10 times. More than 10 times. Fucking probably 20 times when I first immigrated to Canada, right? And it's just the perfect fucking storm, right? A fob trying to learn his English and his manners from another fob. Okay? So I was watching Scarface. All fucking just Scarface. I liked his mentality. I liked the way he spoke. I started to imitate it. Okay, man? I started to imitate it. I started to take on the manners. And you know what? It's still with me right now. It's still there. It's somewhere there. It shows up in the way I talk, the way I speak, the way I deliver things. All right? Another thing is, I watched a bunch of, mob movies, mafia. I was just obsessed with that stuff. And that somehow also transfers over even in the way I look at me. See my hair? See this? You see why? You know why I do this? I know why now. See, I didn't even know, but now I know. Subconsciously. Because I've seen so many fucking mob movies and I love the way they grease their hair back. It looks gangster. It looks badass. And then I started to do it, I guess. And now it's part of me. It's right there. I'm not, I don't preach the ideas of the mob, obviously, complete opposite. And I don't exactly speak like they do, but guess what? There's still this. And even sometimes when I speak, I see that sort of mob thing come out. It happens, right? Another thing is when I wanted to start YouTubing, before I started YouTubing, I was watching a bunch of Elliot Halls and Tony Robbins and Eric Thomas. And now, if you look at the way I speak, you will see a lot of Elliot Halls in there. You will see a lot of Tony Robbins in there. You'll see it, But it's such a mix because everything just mixes together to create this Saeed thing that's in front of you, that is speaking, that is expressing, that is just being whatever fucking Saeed is. You see? So then the nice thing is you can start to mix it up. I recently, in the last year or so, I listened to a lot of Joe Rogan. I listened to a lot of Duncan Trussell. I listened to a lot of Christopher Ryan, tangentially speaking, their podcasts, right? All three, Duncan Trussell Family Hour. And so I even start to see the way I deliver my content, right? I start to see a little bit of Joe Rogan in there. I see a little bit of Duncan Trussell in there. I see a little bit of Christopher Ryan, and it sort of just mixes together with everything that is from before, right? Everything and that happened to me, all the way until this point in time. And the beautiful thing is, I can keep changing and changing and changing and changing. So then I'm a mixture of all of these things combined. Really, Saeed is just a mixture. Even the manners, the way I talk, my tone of voice, my delivery. I don't know where it comes from, but I know it comes from a wide range of things that come in together and mix together to present this Saeed thing that's speaking right now. And the thing is, this can constantly change. Meaning in 10 years, I could have different manners and different delivery, slightly different, right? Or even significantly different, depending on what I choose to consume and what I choose to let affect me in the next 10 years. See, if I decide I'm not going to consume anything, I'm probably still going to be the same, similar as to now. You see what I mean? But even if you go back 2 years ago to my videos and watch fitness videos when I started, and you start to see now my philosophy channel videos, you'll see there's a difference in tone. There's a little bit of difference. It's going to be there. And that's because I've been consuming different content in the last 2 years, right? So this is the thing. The ego that we have here, the Saeed ego, the Saeed character that I'm experiencing myself through, is very changeable and very malleable and is impermanent and always changing. So the way I think of Saeed is like, okay, I'm gonna let my consciousness, the awareness beneath, dictate how it wants to change Saeed, right? So right now, Saeed, follow the urge, follow this, follow that. Let it change you, let it affect you, let it consume you, and then let it become you. Because it's gonna change too. This too shall pass, right? So, very long rant, very pointless rant, right? Because really, there's no point. Like, who the fuck is Saeed? I still don't really know who Saeed is. I fucking don't know who this thing is. But I think I know one thing. At least I'm pretty sure I know one thing. I know that this thing's temporary. I know that this thing is changing. I know that this thing, the Saeed thing, is an impermanent creature, is an impermanent being, is an impermanent video game incarnation, a video game spawn. And that it's for my awareness to experience itself, the awareness, this thing, God, love, to experience itself through Saeed, right? So, I'm gonna try to make Saeed as much of a badass as I can in this incarnation, in this spawn, because that'll make the awareness have a pretty cool experience of the universe, of itself, right? It's like Bill Hicks says, we're all one consciousness. What is it? A young man on acid realized that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. So this one thing, this awareness as experience, this is a subjective experience called Saeed. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we're the imaginations of ourselves. So it could be very well that my awareness, my soul, my consciousness is sitting somewhere in the main lobby, kind of where we go after we die and before we come here, and I'm putting on virtual reality goggles. And literally, like, it's the virtual reality goggles that make me pop into this dimension. And when I take them off is when I die, I pop out of the dimension. So it could very well be that literally, like, this is a character. And my soul, my consciousness gets to experience itself through this character. And so I got to figure out what turns on this character to have the best possible experience. See, like, for example, what turns on this character is working out in the gym. So I go 6 times a day or a week because it turns on this character. It gets this character riled up. This Saeed character needs to fucking work out almost every day. If it doesn't, something's fucking off. In the DNA, in the biology, something's off. All right. Awareness, consciousness, soul decides gym's going to be part of my lifestyle because this Saeed character, for me as a soul, as a consciousness, to have the best possible experience in this dimension, I need to be in tune with this Saeed's biological and needs and DNA needs, right? And one of them is you gotta fucking go work out, bro. You just have this in your DNA. Exercise, right? Go ahead, exercise, right? So what I'm pretty sure about is Saeed is impermanent. It's a way for my consciousness, my soul, which is really just a part of the all, the one consciousness, to experience itself through. I'm trying to make this character as much of a badass as I can. I think I'm doing an okay job, an alright job, not bad, right? To make this character more confident, speak up, more honest, more transparent, more loving. That's the most important thing. If we can think of our ego, our character, if I can think of Saeed as a conduit of love, I think I've won. And if I can start to make Saeed a conduit of love, then I think I've won. Then I think I'm playing the character pretty fucking good. I think we all need to make our character a conduit of love. So what I'm going to conclude this video with is with a very fucking cheesy saying, Saeed is a conduit of love. How is that for a fucking cheesy ending, right? Saeed's a conduit of love, or at least I'm saying it so I can start to try and align more myself with making Saeed a conduit of love. Cheesy ending, not very badass, but it is what it is. That's it. I love you guys. I love every single one of you. But don't forget to subscribe or you're going to sleep with the fishes.